Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and I am back with another scenario of Apex Trigger series. In this video, we are going to use a helper class to organize our trigger code. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. First of all, let's understand today's scenario. In today's scenario, whenever a case is inserted on account, then we have to put latest inserted case number in an account field named latest case inserted. So this is our today's scenario. Now it's time to code. So let's go to VS Code and create our trigger helper class. Name it case trigger helper class. Before starting code, let's first understand the pattern. Basically, inside trigger, we will have trigger events like before insert or before update or before delete to determine when trigger will be executed. Also, we will pass a list of records like trigger.new or trigger.old from our trigger to our helper class method as argument. And inside helper class method, we will have our method and logic of our code. Now, let's create our method. Public static void, name it update case number. And we will take a list of case records as argument in which we will pass trigger.new from our trigger. So let's create a list case list. Now our first step is to fetch and store parent account ID of cases that are being inserted. So for that, let's create a set first. CCIDs, new set. Let's add a comment also. Set to store parent account IDs. Let's apply a null check over this list. If case, case list dot is empty, iterate over it. Case list. Let's apply a null check on account ID. Case obj dot count ID not equals to null and store these IDs inside our set. Dot add case obj dot account ID. Now we want our code to be executed only when this set contains a value. So let's apply a null check over the set is empty. See, we want to update parent accounts field. So for that, firstly, we need to fetch fields from account object whose ID is in this set. And inside this set, we are storing parent account ID of cases that are being inserted. Basically, we are updating parent record from child record. So we will use map here because map is an easy way to do it. So let's use a map ID account new map and now fetch account field. Select ID, copy the field API name and paste it here from account where ID in are set. Now let's apply a null check on case list. Basically in our code, case list is equals to trigger.new. So let's apply a null check over it. Dot is empty. Iterate over it. Case list. Now we will check that whether this map contains the parent account ID of case that is being inserted or not. So for that we will use if condition and we will use contains key method. Case rcd dot account ID. And if this if condition will get true, then what we will do? We will retrieve account object associated with the key using get method, and after that we will assign it to variable. So let's create a variable first. and use get method like this. In Apex code, it is a good practice to apply null checks. So let's apply another if condition, and inside this if condition, we will check that if value present inside latest case inserted field on account is not equal to case number of case which is being inserted, like this. Not equals to copy case name dot case number. And if this if condition will get true, then we will put this case number in this field. Let's put it equals to dot case number. Now it is a best practice to bulkify code and to not use DML operation inside for loop. So for that, let's create a map, count map to update. Copy its name and put these record inside this map. .id, icc. Apply a null check on this map. Is empty and update its values. Save it and deploy it to org. Now we have our logic completed. It's time to use this class inside a trigger. So let's create a trigger. Name it case trg. Here we are updating parent account field by case number of case after its insertion. And here case is child object. So to update parent account field, we need case number first. That's why our trigger will be on case object with after insert operation. So let's write case here, and here we need to use after insert. Also, we need this code to be executed only after insertion of case. Therefore, to ensure that, we have to use if condition like this is after and is insert. Now let's apply a null check on trigger.new which contains all cases which are being inserted. Trigger.new.is empty. And now to call our helper class method, first let's go to our class and copy its name, paste it here. Dot here we need to put method name, and here we will pass trigger.new as argument. Trigger.new. Save it and deploy it to org. Okay, it is successfully deployed. It's time to check working of our trigger. So for that, let's go to account. Let's create a case on it. Save it. Now if our trigger is working fine, then this case number should come in latest inserted case field. So to check that, let's go to details. See, this field is showing case number of newly inserted case. So our trigger is working fine. Let's create another case. Save it and check that field again. Let's refresh it. See, newly inserted case number has come, which means our trigger is working fine. That's it for today guys, and I'll be back with more interesting trigger scenarios. Thank you.